This is Paul Singh, the market speculator with bullsonwallstreet.com. Today we're going to go over a winning trade we had about a week ago here. That was AMBA. You can see here we took it on the 12th at 66.16, exited on September 30th here at 72.24. Almost a 10% gain here, 9% gain. Plus 1824, so $1,824. Now let's look at what we did here and why AMBA was on our radar. The first thing we're going to do, and the key concepts here for this setup, were sector analysis, relative strength, and then the specific setup was a trend pullback. And let's start with the sector analysis. Now, AMBA is a semiconductor stock, and if we pull up the Semiconductor ETF, we can see SMH had been showing a lot of relative strength going all the way back to July here. Now, if we pull up SPY, we can see here SPY is actually below its 50-day moving average, and you can see it took this big dip in here. And through that same period we were talking about in July, SPY has basically been flat and now has come down a bit. Now let's look at what happened with SMH. We could just look at percentage gain, but look at the overall pattern going back to July, where SPY had basically been flat. Semiconductors have actually been on a nice run here. The ETF has gone from about 62 to almost 70 here. So and actually even better than that, about 60 to 70 here. So really nice run in semiconductors, beating the market right now. So we know we want to be in semiconductors. So what I do is when I see a sector that is showing relative strength, I will go towards the best stocks within that sector. So I'll pull up all of the different semiconductor stocks and pick the ones that I feel are the best stocks that are setting up. And that was AMBA here. Now, we also traded the triple leveraged ETF, which is stock sell. But specific to the stock here, I was looking for a strong stock, which AMBA was. I like low float stocks. It's only 30 million. It had some short interest, so we could get a potential short squeeze. And it's a volatile stock. This is a volatility measure that was showing that the stock is pretty volatile here. Now, AMBA, after being on a nice run, had pulled back here. Now, there's different kind of pullbacks we play. There's breakout pullbacks. There's remount pullbacks. This is a trend pullback. So AMBA, even before the semiconductor sector had been running, AMBA was already showing relative strength. And you can see here, it made this huge run here from 35 all the way to 70. So this was a 100% run going back to May. So this is a strong relative strength stock. It's one of the strongest semiconductor stocks within the semiconductor sector. So you can see here, a sector we like, and then a leading stock within that sector. So now I'm looking for a setup. We finally got some profit taking here in AMBA. And the question here now, is the stock breaking down, or is it just natural profit taking after a big run? So when I see this, I'm trying to assess that. The pullback was pretty orderly here. Now, we did have a big volume day here, which I usually don't like. So I need a strong signal for entry. So basically what I was looking for here, I wasn't really going to touch this stock unless it had a strong test of the 50-day moving average. And the 50-day moving average on these strong trend stocks is going to hold. If it breaks that 50-day moving average, that would have been my signal that the setup is over. And you can see here, what I'm looking for is a test of that moving average and then some kind of strong candle pattern. And we got that here. So you can see here, we had a down day here. Then intraday, the stock was testing the 50-day and it looked like we might get a failure. And then we got this intraday reversal. You can see the stock within one day moved from, we'll give you the exact numbers here, moved from 61.20 all the way up to 66.31. So that's a 5-point reversal intraday. So that's a very strong move. That was showing me that the 50-day is holding here. Now, if we talk about this specific candle pattern, this is what's called a piercing pattern. And what a piercing pattern is when you get this big down move and it looks like you're going to get a continuation, then you get a strong close that pierces into that previous day. This is a really strong pattern. when it's at kind of an oversold level here and the stock is kind of extended to the downside, which we got here. It's meaningless within a range or when we're extended, but when we've pulled back here, this is a very strong candle. This was our entry signal. We entered here. The exact price here was 66.16, so right near the close. We closed at 66.31. We were in about 10 minutes before the close at 66.13. Now this is counterintuitive. A lot of people like to enter at a lower price, but here we're actually looking for strength and that confirmation. So I actually want to enter at a higher price. I know sometimes it's tough to wrap your head around the fact that you're entering at a higher price, but we need to see this confirmation set up here, and we got that. So we entered here 10 minutes before the open. I sent out an alert to Trade Report members. We entered here at 66.13 and then basically played through here. The stop was near the lows here, which we never even got close to. Target was at the top of the range here. So when we got this spike here on the 30th and it got up right around 74 and our exit here was 72.24. So intraday, it got up to around 72 here. We got out. Now it did move up a point or two before pulling back here, but that was our exit, the top of the range. So you can see here, nice 10% move off this relative strength stock in a strong sector. So that's what I'm looking for in these trend plays, especially in a market like this. I'm looking for relative strength sector, and that's part of our sector analysis. Then we're looking at the best stocks in that sector, and then we're looking for a specific setup, which here was the trend pullback setup. So that's the anatomy of this winning trade here. Now, if you guys want more, you can sign up for the Bulls on Wall Street swing trade alerts service here, which is what I run here. Every day I put out a 5 to 10 minute video going over stocks that are setting up, our market analysis, reviewing our current positions. You've got the focus list here, stocks I'm looking to trade. You can see some stocks that I was looking to trade today, which I did not do. Current positions and analysis of those positions. And then the recent notifications, we recently got out of this great oil trade here, which I'm actually going to put out a video for you guys in a couple of days here. And then these are the trade alerts, and these are the past swing trade reports. You can go in here to swing trade alerts. You can sign up for a month. That's $100 a month. Or you can do the monthly plan, 50% off. Regularly would be $1,200. You get it for $600 a month. So in a couple of days here, I'm going to review that oil trade and also the Twilio IPO trade we took. So I'll see you guys in a couple of days here.